Me okay? Hear my guitar okay? All right, got a couple things I got to move around here so I can talk to you and see who's here. All right, perfect. So we are live. We're going to be talking about Zombie by the Cranberries today. Now, why Zombie? Number one, it's a really popular video that I did a long time ago on YouTube. And more importantly, number two, it's a great song to learn how to play if you're a beginner or an early intermediate or even intermediate player. And I hate using those terms, but you know, it's got open chords. It's got a lot of good strumming. It's got a great little solo that you can learn, all kinds of different things like that. So it doesn't really matter what level you're at. And here's the other thing. It doesn't matter if it's your most favorite precious song on the planet. Maybe it is, but maybe it isn't. But at least it gives you an opportunity to play something. And what I always try and tell students is the most important thing is that you're learning to play songs that you can play all the way through. Maybe you don't learn all the parts to it or something like that, but you can actually play along with something from the beginning to the end. And that's what we really want to try and focus on. So let's see who we got here today. We've got Michael is here. We've got Christopher here. Thank you so much. Jason is here from California. Very nice. Jennifer is here. Amy is here. David is here. James is here. Very, very cool. Again, we have so many people coming in. This is really great. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for hanging out with me, sorry. I appreciate it very, very much. Now, I want to remind you, please do me a huge favor. Like, share, subscribe, and please comment on the video, okay? Make some comments, and when I'm done with this thing, I can always go back and see what it is that you're asking about or any comments that you're making. Maybe you want to let me know some other songs that you'd love for me to do something like this with. I have plans to do more things like this as well. So, and if you subscribe, then you know when I do these sorts of things because you'll get notified. Make sure you click that little bell so you get notified of stuff. And if you share it with somebody that you know, maybe there's a guitar player out there that would like to learn how to do some stuff as well, make them happy. Share this stuff with them so they can learn how to play as well. So Matthew is here. Thank you. Daniel is here. Jessica is here. Very nice. I'm so glad that everybody's here. This is awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to be talking about today is, again, Zombie. And I'm going to start at the very beginning and just do the most basic things, and then we're going to move on to the other parts, all right? And I don't want to take way too much of your time, but I thought this would be kind of fun to do. And remember, you can register to win this PRS, this SE Custom 24 right here. All you need to do is head over to guitarzoom.com and sign up for the 14-day trial of the All Access membership where you get access to all of my guitar courses, all of the video lessons that I make, all those kinds of things are all available to you. So you can learn all kinds of stuff from me, and when you have questions, you can contact us, and we can help you with all sorts of things. So you can try that out, and just for signing up for that, you get registered to win this. So on April 14th, I'm going to be picking the winner, and then I'll let everybody know. So you could very well possibly win this, okay? It's a great guitar, by the way. So anyway, I want to make sure that you know April 14th, 2023, because somebody will watch this a year from now and go, hey, I want to win that guitar. So it's April 14th, 2023 is when the giveaway will be, all right? So just head over to guitarzoom.com. You can learn all about that. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So to play this song, the first thing that we need is we need E minor, we need C, we need G, and we need D with F sharp in the bass. So let's talk about these. So E minor, again, whatever fingers you'd normally play to E minor is just fine. Here's the deal. I think in this song they're using a traditional C chord, okay? But if you play your C maybe like a C add 9 or something like that, don't sweat that sort of thing. Play it the way that's most comfortable for you. If you feel the need to change the way that you're playing it to accommodate the song or something, that's perfectly fine. But don't, again, the most important thing is that you're enjoying this. Not, oh my gosh, you got to learn how to do this way. G, same thing. If you're playing a 3-finger G, which is what my plan is to play because I think that's what they're using. But normally I'd play a 4-finger G. That's how I normally would play G. So again, however you play it is just fine. Then we have D with F sharp at the bass. So what we're doing is playing a traditional D chord. We're going to take our thumb over the top and we're going to press on the 6-string 2nd fret right there. We're going to get that sound. So if I play that together, it sounds like this. So that's how the chords are going to move. Now let's talk about the strum a little bit. I'm going to give you kind of a suggested strum, and then you edit it however it feels most comfortable for you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to scratch to this, all right? I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So the first part of this strum is going to go down, 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 up. Okay? Because the whole strum is based on the idea of just down-up strumming the whole time. Only I'm not hitting everything. I'm missing things to create space. But if you watch my hand when I play this strum, you know, I don't stop on one side or the other or something like that. It's just a nice, common, very smooth motion of my arm. So the first part is down, 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 up. The second part is going to be up, down. So in between those two ups, there's a down that I'm not playing. I'm still moving my arm. I'm just not hitting the strings. So it looks like this. Down, 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 up, down. So there's a down in there, but I'm not playing it. Down, 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 up, down. And then I'm ending with down, up, up. So there's three parts for you to focus on. Down, 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 up. And then missing that down and playing up, down. And then playing down, up, up. Now, if your strum is a little bit different than that, so what, right? Figure out what works best for you. If you've just started learning how to play chords or something, maybe you'll strum less than that, right? Because sometimes it's hard to strum all of that stuff and then change your chords at the same time. So it's okay if you strum less. Maybe you're just strumming the downs. You know, just to kind of get used to it. Wherever it is in your journey that you're at, just have this song meet you there. That's the most important thing, okay? Now, guitar 2, there's another guitar that comes in, and this one's going to be a distorted guitar, so I'm going to switch over to a distorted sound there, okay? So now what I'm doing is I'm playing all power chords. The first power chord is an E power chord. So I'm pressing on 0 and 2. 0 on the 6th string, 2 on the 5th string. Maybe you're pressing on the 2 on the 4th string too, if you've done power chords before. So you can play 0, 2, 2, or just play 0, 2 is fine. Then I'm going to play a C power chord on the 5th string, so I'm playing 3 and 5. And again, maybe you play 3, 5, 5, and that's okay too. Then we're going to move to the G power chord, so I'm just moving up one string. So whatever you normally play, do the exact same thing, just move up to the 6th string. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that F sharp like we do in the D F sharp in the open or the clean guitar. So this finger is going to move down one, like that. So now it looks like this. The big difference here you'll notice as well is not just the chords. Instead of playing open chords, I'm playing power chords. But the way I'm strumming it, when they get to this distorted part, it's mostly just down strums. Okay, so the open, or I keep saying open, and it is. Open chords, the clean guitar, even acoustic guitar, you could be playing that on acoustic, and we'll get to that in a second why I'm doing all of that on an electric. So you have that first part, then you have the second part. So if it was you and a friend playing at the same time, maybe one of you is playing an acoustic or a clean guitar, and one of you is going to come in with the distorted part. Now, for me, oftentimes what happens is I wind up playing in bands where I'm the only guitar player. So a lot of times I will restructure songs so I can play all the way through the song, but because I can't be two people, right, I have to sort of delegate which parts I'm going to play. And you might experience that, obviously, if you're playing at home, right? So you might go from your clean part like this, and then when the distorted part comes up, you might switch over and start doing the distorted part, okay? If you don't have the capability of switching between a clean sound and a dirty sound, that's okay. What you might want to do then is just take your volume and lower your volume down and then strum kind of soft. You'll notice I'm playing all these chords different ways on purpose here so you can see how this works. And here comes that power chord, so now turn my volume up and I start hitting those chords or those strings a little bit harder, and it sounds more like the next section. So that's something that you could do. Even if you're by yourself, you could do the clean part as best you can in whatever way, and then switch over to this distorted part. So then we have a guitar part that comes in that does this. So there, what you're going to be playing is 7. All of this is done on the first string to begin with. So I'm playing 7 to 8. I'm using my first and my middle. I'm going to do a hammer on, which means my middle finger is hitting the 8. I'm not picking those. I'm smacking that finger down. Then I'm going to move down to 5 and do the same thing to 7. Then I'm going to move down and do the same thing from 3 to 5. Then I'm going to move down and do the same thing from 2 to 3. So I have 7, 8. 5, 7, 3, 5, 3, 5. But here what happens is, and it's really subtle, but it sounds like there's a pull-off as well. So you play the hammer on to 3, and then you're going to take that middle finger and kind of flick it back off, like that. And then you're going to play on the second string now, you play 3, 3, 0. So you have... So that's a cool little lead line that you can learn how to play if you're learning how to play some single note picking or something like that. All right, and then we go back and forth between those. So you might go back to the clean guitar, and then when it gets to the in your head, right? That's where you switch over to the distortion or turn your volume back up, that sort of thing. So you just do the best you can to move back and forth between all of those parts. Now, we do have another part that I want to get to before, again, I don't want to take way too much of your time here. But the solo, we have this. That thing. So what's happening there is we have this da-dun, da-dun, which is reminiscent of this. It's the first two ones of that. So here's the deal. With that beginning part, you could play that right here on the first string going from 7, 8 to 5, 7 like this. That's right. Yeah, Sean. So what I'm doing is I'm playing that same hammer on 7, 8, and then 5, 7, and then I'm plucking 3 more times afterwards. Now, you'll notice that because of the way you're using your fingers here, to play first to middle and then first to third doesn't really make a lot of sense because then you'd have to like switch over again. So a really great thing that you could do, just a suggestion is, when you play, now you're on your third finger already, you could just slide up instead of trying to switch to these fingers. So that's a really easy way of doing that. Now, sometimes I don't like to play stuff like that on the first string because it just feels too constricted to me. So what I will do is head to the second string here and play 12 and 13, and then 10, 12. It's the same notes, just a different string. So it's not serving any real purpose, and I have no idea how they play it. I didn't watch any videos or anything, and often I don't. I just listen and try and figure out how it goes. So either way would work just fine for this. It's a great little exercise. Again, if you don't do a lot of single note picking, this is a fun little thing to try and do. If you don't do a lot of hammer-ons and stuff, this is a great way of trying to work on some of this. So then it switches over to doing this. Okay, this whole thing. So let's talk about this. So it's basically the same idea, but now you're going to be playing 2 strings at the same time instead of just 1. So instead of playing 7 and 8 on the first string, I'm going to play 7 and 8 on the first and second strings. I can do hammer-ons, I can slide, whatever it is that feels best to me as I play this. So I'm doing the same idea, 7, 8, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7. And if you don't want to do the slide, you'd rather pick it, This is a great time to do that because it's a little more aggressive. The drummer's playing a lot harder at this point. So you're going to do that 3 times. The 4th time, you're going to go the other direction. We're going to go 7 to 5. And then we're going to go up to 7 and 10. So we're going 7, 5, and then 7, 10. So I have da-dun, da-dun, and then 7, 10, 10. So you can see how it's important in your mind to get used to visualizing and thinking about how it sounds. And then that transfers into how many times you're going to be playing each thing. Da-dun, da-da-da-da-da, da-dun, da-da-da-da-da, da-dun, da-da-da-da-da, da-dun, da-dun-dun-dun. So we have 7, 5, 5, 5, 7, 10, 10. And again, it's a generalization because whoever's playing guitar on this, it's just kind of jamming, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not like it's a pristine Eric Clapton solo or something like that. It's kind of a basher, which makes it fun. Now the reason why we're doing that is because we're getting ready for the next part, which is 10 to 12. But we only do that twice, and then we're going to head back down. So again, you might be doing a slide or whatever works for you. You have to spend some time with that. Now I'm going to go. See how I went 10-7? Because I'm working my way back down again. So now I'm going 7-5, working my way back down again. And then we come back up to the 7, da-da-da. And the reason is because we're going to start all over. So we're right back on the 7 where we started. It's pretty cool. So let me play that section for you. Twice. Now we're going to work our way down. Now we're back on. Now the very last time we do the same turnaround, we're going backwards, da-dun, da-dun, but instead of going 7 and 10 like we did the first time, we're just heading back up to the 7. Why? Because we're going to end. And that's the end of the solo. So remember, this will stay on YouTube. You can watch this later. You know, if you need to watch it a few times to kind of pick up on everything, because I don't want to waste your time. I want to show you how these things go. You pick up what makes sense to you, practice, and come on back when you need something else. All right? So we have the intro with the clean chords, or acoustic, however you want to play that. We've got the distortion with the power chords playing more downstrumming. We've got that melody, da-da, 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 da, right? And now we've got the solo. It starts with a single note, right? And then it moves into the double note. And you just have to remember the sequences. So da-da, 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 3 of those, and then it goes down. But then it attaches to 7 and 10. Why? Because it's moving us up to the 10 and the 12. But then we got to get out of here, so we got to go back down, 10-7. And then we're going to move down. So we move down again and end with the 7s. Why the 7s? Because it's setting us up to start all over. That's how I think about it in my head. But that time you're going to just stay on that 5 all the way through that measure, and then you're going to finally end on 7s, which is where the bass, which I'm going to switch over to clean here, that's when the bass comes in and plays this. Thing. Now that's a bass, but I want to show you how it goes because it's quite fun. So I'm playing 0 and 3 on the 6th string. I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7th, I'm going to play 3rd fret, and then the 8th note is a 0 again. So it's 6 zeros and then a 3 and a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to move up to the 3rd fret of the 5th string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play 4 of those. And then I'm going to play 5, 3, 5, 3 on the 5th string, on the 6th string. So it sounds like this. And then you start all over again. So that's that part. And that really is all of the parts to the song. Now, there's a little bit of like clean picking and things in the background. You know, we call that layering when we do recording. Oftentimes we'll have layers of different things. But I think these are the most important parts for you to go ahead and get started. And again, if you're playing, you know, by yourself, what you do is you make kind of a plan of how you're going to go from the clean part to the dirty part, back to the clean part, you know, into the single note picking or whatever. So you're kind of playing all of those fun parts. And maybe it doesn't flow exactly perfect, but the nice thing is you can get used to playing from the beginning all the way through. And who knows, maybe you'll start approaching this solo. Maybe you've never done any kind of soloing or single note picking before, but this will be your first experience. I would love to hear about it if you comment. So please remember, like, share, and comment, and certainly subscribe to the channel so you'll always know when I do things like this. And remember, head over to guitarzoom.com, check out the All Access membership for 14 days for free, and get registered to win this guitar. And again, the giveaway will be on April 14th, all right? So thank you, everybody. I can see there's just a ton of people here, and I appreciate so much that you took time out to hang out with me, especially on a Friday, all right? So you take care, stay positive, and